It's me, Mario. Hello. Okie dokie.
Super Mario 64 is the first 3D Mario game ever made. After 63 2D adventures, it was time for Mario to try something new. However, unlike Crash Bandicoot, Mario completely failed at making the jump to the third dimension. This is a look back at Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64DD. Let's start by talking about the graphics. These graphics are absolutely terrible. What were Nintendo thinking? The game actually looks worse than the first Super Mario Bros., and that game is way older. The only thing that this game did better than that game was having more pixels. But somehow this game has no textures, while the original did. Are you kidding me, Nintendo? As if that wasn't bad enough, most of the enemies in this game aren't even 3D. What the heck? Apparently Nintendo wasn't committed to making a 3D game, because these 2D enemies are just embarrassing. And wow, just look at some of these enemies. This one is just a marble with legs? What happened to the creativity? This enemy is just a black orb that spits fire. That doesn't even make sense. If you thought those enemies looked stupid, just wait until you see this. This enemy is literally just a black ball that rolls. That's just pathetic, Nintendo. I expected better from a game that people consider so great. Next up is the story. Wow, what a mess.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
The game opens with Princess Toadstool Peach inviting Mario to the Mushroom Castle. But even though the castle doesn't have Toadstool Peach in its name, the castle is covered in pictures of Toadstool Peach. What a weird inconsistency for Nintendo to ignore. Was the castle built by Toadstool Peach, and that's why her face is on it? Who is she? These questions are never answered, nor is her relationship to Mario. When Mario arrives at the castle, he finds out he was tricked, and that nobody is there? We never find out who tricked him. Was it Toadstool Peach? In a fit of rage, Mario throws himself into a painting and overthrows a monarch. This guy is given no backstory. Mario just throws him and he dies. After that, Mario gets some stars, but unlike in previous games, he's just instantly finished the level instead of giving you invincibility. I guess Nintendo retconned the lore or something. Between every few levels, Mario goes into levels where he fights a big turtle. We don't know who he is, but he attacks Mario and then dies. After each kill, the unknown enemy explodes and drops a key. You fight this enemy 3 times, and every time he dies. Apparently, these turtles are all brothers or something? That's crazy. When Mario kills the third turtle brother, he gains the ability to fly and returns to the castle, where Toadstool Peach reveals she was hiding all along. She kisses Mario and then the game ends. Wow, great storytelling, Nintendo. That didn't make any sense. The most important thing in any video game is the gameplay. Unfortunately, Nintendo dropped the ball with this one too. Mario sucks in this game. He has almost no abilities. He can jump, hold things, and crawl. Wow, what a diverse moveset. I can do more things than that, and I'm not even a video game character. Mario must use his minimal abilities to get stars. These stars don't really do anything, but you need them to unlock more levels. Let's talk about the levels. There are 15 stages in the game, and a few extra levels. Each of these extra levels either has an extra star, some coins, one of the Lizard Brothers, or a new hat for Mario. Mario can get 3 hats. One lets him glide, but it isn't fun. He has 2 other ones, but they don't have any purpose. One makes him invisible, and the other makes him become a mirror. These literally don't do anything. Apparently, Nintendo forgot to program in their functions. That's a pretty big thing to forget, Nintendo. In each of the main stages, Mario can get 6 stars. The game doesn't tell you how to get them, so you have to explore each level and perform random tasks and hope you unlock a star. For example, in the first level, Bow Bomb Battlefield, Mario has to hammer in a wooden pole to help a star escape from prison. There are no hints that tell you to do this. Nintendo apparently just expects people to do that. Other times, they give you hints that aren't correct. This penguin on Chili Mountain says her kid is missing, but when you find her kid, she says it isn't hers. Is this a commentary on bad parenting by Nintendo, or just a bugged hint? Since there's so many broken stars in this game, I recommend just finding a complete save file so you can see all the levels. Even then, most of the levels suck. There's some water levels, but apparently Mario needs to breathe in this game when he didn't need to in the 2D games. Talk about a step backwards. Ultimately, this game is just not good. The story makes no sense, the graphics are worse than the original Mario, and the gameplay is really shallow. Apparently in the 90s, people had no standards for video games, because this game stinks. My final score for this game is a 100 out of 2,000. It gets
2 out of 14 graphic points.
4 gameplay points and 0 literacy points. Avoid this game unless you hate yourself.